Hi, good afternoon. My name is Marissa Glaze, and I've been going to the Boys and Girls Club for the past 5 years. And in going to the Boys and Girls Club, before we go into the Boys and Girls Club, I grew up in Jamaica. And in Jamaica, as everybody knows, it's like a tourist attraction. They have beautiful blue waters and green trees. And when I heard I was going to be moving to the US, it was kind of exciting because when people from a third world country think of America, we think of land of opportunities and we think of our dreams coming true. And America's kind of described as like this wonderland, you know what I'm saying? So in this wonderland, you wouldn't think there's any garbage, but when I first came here, there was a lot. Well, especially in my community, there's a lot of garbage on the streets. And come to find out, there's a lot of garbage in our sewage in Mount Vernon. So, in going to the Boys and Girls Club, I was very shy and I always kept to myself. But when I joined the team program, that's when I really started to open up and explore more about the world and what's going on around me. And that's when I developed my environmental, advocacy. And and with that, I've entered the Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year and I won. And one of my 3 essays that I wrote was about the environment and my love for it. Honestly, I feel like the environment is a gift from God. Like we inherited the hurt from God. And I feel like we should, the way that it's going right now, it's very bad. There's garbage everywhere. There's water that's polluted. There's lead in our waters. And honestly, the earth is slowly, like when you think of a sick person, that's how I think of the earth, like it's slowly being damaged by us, like us being the humans and actually having the power to control and be responsible for actions. We're not doing that. We're not doing what needs to be done for the earth. So I met Save the Sound about 2 years ago, and they actually, I had the love for it, but with them, I got to actually be hands on. So we went to what's it called, the Hudson River, and we tested the water samples, and we got to use some like fancy tools. It was really fun, and we tested them, and we found out that the water in Mount Vernon is bad. Like that's the stuff that we're bathing with, we're using it to cook with, and we're brushing our teeth with the water, but it's polluted like very badly. Um, and honestly, it was very disturbing because it's like a community of people of color, and we don't even know what's going on around us because a lot of people are not interested in the environment. So when you bring it up in that like sort of community, it's like, oh, it goes in through one ear and it comes out through the other. So I was very thankful for Save the Sound for actually giving me the opportunity to explore and actually have like concrete evidence of what was going on around me. I feel like getting to work with them, it was honestly I'm very grateful because it's just that now I know. You know what I'm saying? You can always have these conspiracy theories and you can be like, oh yeah, I love the environment, but to actually give back and to be actually to be able to work with the environment and to be hands on, you actually see why you love it and why we should care for it even more. And um, yeah, that's it. I have a video that I could pull up to show you guys of some of the pictures that we took. So I'm pulled up right now.
Yeah, pull it up. Thank you, Marissa.
You're welcome.
And just watch. Well, Marissa's doing. I have it as backup too. If you need it, Marissa, you just let me know. But it really was a privilege for us to work with you and your peers. We really loved it. We had a lot of fun. And Marissa happened to be in my group as we were walking up and down the river, taking samples and such. And I was incredibly impressed with you and everyone else.
While you're trying to do that, I guess I have a quick question. Or it's not a quick question, but how do we broaden the kind of consciousness raising work to have more members in communities like, you were just saying, to understand the importance of the environment and the intersectionality, to use that word again, of the environmental issues and the nature of, say, communities like Mount Vernon?
All right. I feel like poverty plays a large role in what people of color see in their daily lives. We see a lot of, like a lot of violence and a lot of abuse. And I feel like because those issues are so major in our community, we don't have time to pay attention to the small things that are actually like really big things. So I feel like personally for me, how I got involved, it was all I don't know if it's because I grew up in Jamaica or if I was just born this way, but I always felt connected to the earth. And in, my community, there's not a lot of what you would say like trees, and the air is very polluted. We are so surrounded by so many buildings. And I feel like once you step outside of our community, you go to a park. And I feel like once you see the scenery, you actually connect to the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it worked for me. Like actually getting out of my community, going around the earth and just feeling and connecting with it. And honestly, I feel like what you also eat plays a major part in the way you think and the way you react to certain things. I feel like because, in people of color communities, food is so like, the unhealthy food is so cheap, and the healthy meals are like, they're way too expensive and they're out of budget. I feel like a lot of people don't choose to eat healthy. So if you're not eating healthy, you're not thinking healthy. So yeah.
Thank you. That's a great point.
Yeah,
Celia, we learned a lot too. Although Marissa, I think I got it up. It's the Facebook video that you wanted to play.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed, but Elena's here as backup. She has some pictures of when we were out, just in case we need it.
Yeah.
So can everyone see that? Cool. Oh, if you could hear it too.
Yeah.
That's just me hearing it. Well, you get a good gist of it.
No.
Marissa, do you want to maybe walk them through a little bit? Because I'm the only one hearing the wonderful music you all put to this video.
Okay. So this was just basically this is how the day started before we went to the sewage system. So we met at the Target parking lot, and then we got handed these like fancy like overalls. See in the slow motion. We got handed fancy overalls, and we got our cleaning gadgets, and that's the really cool fancy tool that we got to use to test the water samples. And this is I think that's you right there, right? Explaining to us how to use the actual device. And that's us right there writing down. Actually, when we tested the water sample, we had to write down numbers because that's the data that they would take back to the lab and test. And this is us right here. This is China, a team member that's writing down the numbers. And we were split up into, I think, 3 or 4 groups, and we all went to different locations. So I think we got to cover like 3 different areas. And this is just some of the water that was there. And this is me right here picking up some water with this the long thing. And afterwards, we got some really good lunch, and we got to hang out and just be outside after testing the outfalls.
I know we only have a short time. I just want to say you're amazing, Marissa, and I hope that you continue to be involved in the environment
Oh, thank
in the
you.
future.
I'm planning on writing my college essay about being an environmentalist. So
Right.
yeah, I really want to, I think this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. Be basically a supporter of the environment. So yeah.
Nice, Marissa. Thank you. So I had the music on and was listening to you at the same time. I should have just muted my computer. I just kind of gave myself brain fry there, but that was a great video. So with that, looks like we're taking off from the breakout room. Thanks a lot, Marissa.
Thank you very much, Marissa.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you again this winter.
Same.